What if I told you there's a new bikepacking destination in Vermont? You'd probably agree just in principle. After all, everyone knows Vermont is a top outdoor destination. However, I'm here to tell you something new and exciting has happened in 2023. The state of Vermont recently completed the 93-mile Lamoille Valley Rail Trail. This trail, when combined with connecting Missisquoi Valley Rail Trail and countless dirt roads, provides endless adventure. Let's talk about what makes this a destination. First consideration is the bucolic scenery, which includes open farmland, livestock, wide river valleys, streams, dirt roads, and beautiful rolling hills. The trail network passes through charming small towns with just the right amount of services. Each provides a unique opportunity to get off the trail and explore. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. This VTrans map shows the start of our journey from St. Albans to Sheldon Junction. The first 5 miles are a steady climb up and over the foothills to reach and cross the Missisquoi River in Sheldon. The day started off wet, but it would stop raining by the time we arrived in St. Albans. I rode with Mike, and Ian drove separately since he had to leave one day early. St. Albans is a small town just 15 miles south of the Canadian border. We drove here today, but if you were taking the train, Amtrak's Vermonter provides daily service.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Seymour Road.
St. Albans is known as the maple syrup capital of the world, so what better place to grab our pre-ride lunch than the Maple City Diner? Northwest Vermont Rail Trail Council governs Missisquoi Valley Rail Trail and the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail. Their websites are very helpful. I put links in the description below. Parking at St. Albans was a concern after all. Who wants to return after 3 days of bikepacking to find their car has been towed? I reached out to the Rail Trail Council coordinator, Amy Adams, and she told me all I had to do was let the St. Albans Police Department know our plans and vehicle information. On numerous occasions, I have mispronounced the name of the state park where we stayed. It's pronounced Lake Carmi State Park.
It's about 20 minutes after 2. We just got underway on the St. Albans end of the Missisquoi Valley Rail Trail. And we're heading off to Lake Carmi State Park where we'll be camping tonight.
This would be my longest bikepacking adventure at 4 days and 3 nights. The original plans were to ride the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail from St. Johnsbury, but severe flooding in northern Vermont closed the entire trail. Fortunately, the Missisquoi Valley Rail Trail was still open, so we made plans to start at St. Albans and hoped the state of Vermont would open the less damaged northern section of the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail before our late August trip.
All right, we're in Swanton now. We just crossed over in the next town. We're climbing a hill right now. At about mile 5 we'll reach the summit. Back in the day, the Central Vermont Railway used pusher engines, which was an extra engine they put on the back of the train to help it get up out of the city of St. Albans and up this hill. We're packing 25, 30 extra pounds of gear on us, so it could be a challenge for us too. Ooh, we're making the final push up this hill. And while I would say normally it's not a big deal, 60 plus pounds of bike and gear makes this a bit of a challenge. I've got Ian and Mike with me up ahead, and we're just about to crest of the hill. Yeah, it's long and steady. I'm feeling it. What do you think of that hill? What do you think of that hill, Mike?
That was a good grind.
Definitely. We're in Fairfield now.
The Missisquoi Railroad completed this line, and after several name changes, the line fell under the control of the Central Vermont Railway in 1888. The Central Vermont abandoned this portion of the Richford branch in 1990, and the pulp mill at Sheldon Springs switched to trucks.
Off to our left is an old mill. I think it's a paper mill, but it's a dam on the river, and they used to have their own tracks going in there.
The mill here is currently operated by West Rock, a fiber-based packaging company. As we cross this bridge, you'll notice the third and final span is of lighter construction. It was built for the trail because in 1984, a train derailment damaged the original span, which was not replaced.
So this used to be a former customer, as you might imagine. They did have rail service. And if we were to dig around the weeds, we would find this foundation for the train station. Behind me is the Missisquoi, which we just came up. And over here on the left is the Lamoille Valley, which goes to Swanton. We're going to continue straight over here on the Missisquoi. And later on in the trip, we're going to be going up from that road down there, which is the Lamoille Valley, towards St. Johnsbury, Vermont.
The second part of today's trip starts at Sheldon Junction, where the Missisquoi Valley Rail Trail crosses the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail. For the next 2 miles, we are treated to river views from the trail before crossing Route 105 again. After 14 miles of trail, we take Route 236 north to Lake Carmi State Park in Franklin.
We just passed milepost 9.5, and that was Sheldon Junction back there. Sheldon Junction was the junction of the St. Johnsbury and Lake Champlain Railroad and the Missisquoi Valley branch of the Central Vermont Railway. And now it's the junction of the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail and the Missisquoi Valley Rail Trails. So we're a little over halfway to the campground. Did about 10 miles so far. At some point, a few more miles, we're going to be hitting some paved road and a serious hill to get to Lake Carmi State Park. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, a little packing, huh? A little extra weight, but worth every note of it. So I have a little slippage on my front bag here. Gotta adjust it. Probably the back too. Back is dragging. You said the back was dragging? I guess I could use a little bit more. All right, this is the end of the run on the rail trail today. So we're going to be taking Route 236 a couple more miles to Lake Carmi State Park. Good ride so far.
Huffing and puffing.
Yeah. Okay, this is definitely the toughest hill today. Definitely huffing and puffing with all this luggage. So we've arrived at Lake Carmi. I've been saying it wrong. Checked in. We're all set. Pretty soon we're gonna head down to the campsite. But right now we're trying to catch a little bit of Wi-Fi. Let our loved ones know we're here safe. It's official. After about 18 miles, we arrived at Lake Carmi State Park, site number 13. It's time to unload the bikes and set up the tents. Undressing the yellow jacket.
After arriving at camp, it was time to set up our tents, shower, and eat.
So I labeled mine day 3. It was fine day 1.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what
Fielder's choice, maybe? See who jumps the furthest when they light their jet. Okay, Mike, what did you have and how was it?
Got a Mountain House lasagna. It's actually pretty good.
Ian, what are you having?
Spicy sausage pasta.
Was it any good?
That's good.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
And I had this Trailtopia beef stroganoff. I liked it. It's just the right size, too.
Stay tuned for day 2 of this trip, where we ride over 40 miles and explore the rest of the Missisquoi Valley Rail Trail, including the towns of Richford and Enosburg Falls.